Hello everyone, today I've got another TOKOZ Pro 300. Let's see how it works. Sweet. So I've refined my picking with this one. So with these ones, when you get a true gate, you've got to use light tension, because if you, on the last video I was using it pretty, I wouldn't say hard tension, it was probably light to medium tension. That's why I was getting a lot of clicks off the serrations of the top of the discs. So when you get it, if you use light tension, when you get a true gate in this, it's like a bit of like a thuddish like feel. That's the best way to describe it. Or sometimes a disc flicks and you get like a flick if you're lucky. On the knob cuts, you can actually move the knob cuts left and right, but you can't do it on the other discs with this pick. I dare say the proper Abloy Pro Tech pick, the S-shaped one or the Z-shaped one, would probably be able to do it on these. That's why I believe if this had false gates, it would be a very hard lock to pick. I'm actually getting used to picking these, like, you know what I mean. I've got a padlock as well, and that'll be the last of the TOKOZ, but I'll pick that in the future. So first things first, we will get this thing viced up. There's a pick and tip, just a little mini version of the Abloy Century pick and tip. So first things first, I want to release the locking system. So I'm going to put my tensioner in on the outer discs, and then the first disc I'm going to release the locking system, but at the same time set the disc. So number 3 and 4 is knob cut, so I've just got to dodge them too. Right. Right. So first things first, release that one. It should be released, and then number 2. Set number 2. Start at the bottom. So it's got 9 discs for one. The last disc is a controller disc. So 8 discs. Feels like it's in. Reset again. Just wasn't feeling right at that time. A bit better. I'm starting to get starting to feel. No, all picked. All picked. It really is one you really can get used to this lock. I'm not just saying that it really can. You can get used to this lock. It is without the false gates. Just to me, it just feels like a. And if you use light tension, it just feels like a normal just a chain lock. So definitely, if you can get your hands on one of them, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So anyway, let's cut this thing. The only thing I've done with this is the spring that goes in the back of there that keeps all that together. If you try and gut it with that spring in, it'll pull the top cap off and all the little ball bearings will shoot out. So what I've done is I've just put a little spring in. It doesn't affect the picking whatsoever, it just means I can gut it without taking all these pins out of the bottom, you know what I mean. I've done that in the last one, I forgot to mention that. So just push this out. This one's harder to get out. That's out. washer, first washer, stick that in. Then this is like your actuator, see it, actuator, and it's got this, that bit there, then another washer, the steel washer, that goes out there, then we just need to push it through. If them little ball bearings come out the top, it is a nightmare to get them in, they really are fiddly. And there's your sidebar, that is your little sidebar, little L-shaped bit of wire, that's what it looks like to me. We'll put on that little, and there's the ball bearing that sits in the back, that makes it, when you put the key in, and you, obviously it switches and that ball bearing keeps all the stuff in the back. That's the best way to explain that. With your little drill protection. Let me show you everything working with the key. So you can see the two knot cuts there, in number 4, number 3, and number 4, as you can see. And then obviously the other way. And what I'm talking about, these little ball bearings, is, I'm going to pull that out too, let's stick that down there for a second. As you can see them little ball bearings there. See this, if this comes off, these shoot out and they're a nightmare, and there's a little thingy, just like a Protect. It really is just a copy of the Protect. And there's your 2 return bars inside. Really is a fun lock to pick, like somebody says it's a black belt lock. I think it's because a lot of people haven't really picked these, so people are thinking they're super hard. Really, believers, you can get used to them. So I will put on there one. The discs are the thinnest discs I've ever seen, like. To return bar, leave them there just so these don't flip out. And there's your little carriage things there, see them? Little carriages that keep them good, really good design, like it's a simple design but a very effective design. And there's your 2 return bars. You've got to be careful with these as well, because pickers have said that if you're too rough with it, you can actually bend everything inside. Me personally, I can't see stuff bending and that. You'd have to be super rough to bend any of that, like, because it is a tough, well-built lock. Hopefully I've explained everything the best I can, like. But definitely once you get the pick-me-in, that's definitely the fun locks. Like, you can get, it took me a little while to get used to it, but now I am used to these, like. I really can't pick them. I've got a padlock I haven't touched, but I don't want to overdo it with the TOKOZ videos, you know what I mean? And there's your return disc there at the back, where your return bars sit. And there's where the return bars slide backwards and forwards on that. Right. So anyway, and there's the sidebar channel, see it? And I put that spring in there because the spring sticks right up and it'll actually pull. If you try and gut it that way, it'll pull that thing clean off, and all the little ball bearings will shoot all over the shop, and they're really a nightmare to get back together. But anyway, there you go. Your TOKOZ Pro yet again picked and gutted. As you can see there, as you can see, one has got 2 cuts for left and right opening. Same with number 2, 1 and 2, no cut. See it? With 1 cut, no cut. And all the rest is like 2 cuts for obviously left and right. And I cannot see any false gates on any of them, you know what I mean? But definitely a fun lock to pick, like, I definitely recommend getting one. There you go, there's all your bits, and there's your key bit again for that one. So there you go. Very good lock. I enjoyed picking that one, like. So anyway, I hope you liked, and I'll have some more videos soon. Bye later.